Ako, di mo i-accept.
Wala pa. Ano na tayo? May Zoom, hindi nang may meeting ano. Zoom meeting. Ay. May Zoom meeting. Eh, ano na ba, no? Conditional deposit. May chance pa hindi matuloy kung conditional deposit. Pero kung conditional, provisional deposit, kung ma-confirm nila na wala basis ang inasa ko ito. Tanong sa iyo, search mo ba? Specifically ask question. Pero kasi mapigato din ang gato ng si Canada.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Doc Ed, welcome.
Hindi ako, ano to, naghahang siya?
Naririnig ko kayo, Doc.
O naghahang yung aking account siguro? Something.
Good evening po. Good evening, DTM Roji.
Mabuhay.
Ayan na naman ang mga pahirapan. Yun. Okay na.
Magandang gabi, bayan.
Good evening. Mike. Okay ka na? Hindi ka na nag-chill?
Ako, hindi naman ako lang, masakit lang yung balikat.
Ako kasi nilagnat ako maghapon. Oo.
Parang depende siguro sa reaction talaga ng katawan mo.
Oo,
Pero lang, parang uminit-init lang ako ng konti, pero normal naman yun kasi I'm hot naman talaga.
Ay, wah. Ayok na yan. Ako talagang masakit yung mga kasukasuan ko lahat, nilagnat ako, pero okay na ako ngayon.
Yes,
Siguro
yung Barbie ganyan din. Sakit-sakit lahat.
Oo. Ang hirap.
Pero matamlay ako kahapon, nagtumambay lang ako sa opisina. Tsaka
Oo, pero ngayon okay ka na.
Oo, ngayon okay na kapag site na.
Okay, so tomorrow pwede na pala siguro akong pumasok. Kasi ngayon hindi ako pumasok eh. Hindi rin ako, ino-okray nila ako eh. Magpa-party na daw sila kasi last day ko na daw.
Ano mo sabihin na nag-glow ka, ganon?
Di, charing lang yun. Siyempre, kailangan ko lang i-reverse ang mga post. Pero sa totoo lang, wala. Uy, haggard ako today. Tingnan mo naman. Nilagnat ako, kapatid. Iba ang effect sa akin.
Saan kayo nagpa-vaccine?
Pero nakakapagsalita na ako ng Indiano na salita. Kasi,
ako sa home care dyan sa May Solimanya.
Yeah, pareho tayo. Doon tayo nagpa-inject eh. Kay Thea.
Okay, Thea.
Si John Ray Tabuhara.
Kasi nakakapagsalita na ako ng mga kialibay, tiki, atcha.
Yes lang.
Isahe.
Yeah, oh.
Wow. Parang
Korean.
Korean.
Yan fresh. Oo, parang glass skin, no?
Oo, taray.
Oo. Parang puwet ng baso. Yan, John Ray, bakit ganyan ka-fresh? Anong sikreto mo dyan?
Dasal lang.
Ay! My God. Nag-rosaryo. Prayers lang.
Rosary ka lang.
My God. Yung kapitbahay ko, nagdasal naman ang nagdasal, hindi naman gumanda ng ganyan. Hindi naman naging fresh. Haggard ng tuluyan.
Hindi pa to na vaccine ah. Paano pa pag na-vaccine nito?
Nag-echo yung PRTC mo.
Nagpi-feedback ka, bakit kasama ka dyan?
Ito si Carlo.
Kulang sa vaccine yan, kaya ganyan.
Oo, pag nag-vaccine ka, mag-fresh ka.
So kailangan magpa-inject ka muna, magpaturok para maging fresh.
Oo,
yes,
paturok ka. Kasi pinaluan ko na ng glota at saka collagen. Sinabi ko dun sa nurse, iturok mo na ng buo para talagang isahan lang sila.
May vitamin C tsaka vitamin D and E.
Yes,
Kompleto na.
ginkgo biloba E.
Oo, ganoon.
Lahat kinumpleto ko na para tsaka anti-polio, mga ganyan. Isang shot na yun lahat, isang balde para talagang sure. Lahat tatamaan na ganoon.
Parang lang tayo Ilan? Parang 8.
Ang bilis mo nakakuha ng certificate mo, TM Mike. At saka may nirelease na silang information. Tayong may mga vaccine, mayroon daw tayong discount sa mga establishments.
Yun? Really?
Yes, kasi gusto nila talagang i-push ang pagbavaccine.
Sige.
So malay mo, mayroon tayong 10%. Sayang na.
Oo, sayang din yun.
Di ba?
Ay, one take one, ganyan, pag bumili ka.
Grabe naman sa may one take one. Lahat magpapavaccine yan. Diyos ko, pupunta ako ng Gucci by one take one.
By one take one, di ba?
Oo, fuck! Diyos ko po.
So after, June na tayo ulit, June.
June ba?
Oo. June 7 na kami.
Maingay yung background ko kasi may inaanto yung aircon, may init na.
Hindi naman
maingay.
June 7.
Yes.
So, pwede pala akong, Kasi ang hinahabol ko talaga, kaya gusto mong pa-vaccine, gusto kong umuwi ng Pinas.
Yes. Oh.
Para wala na masyadong hassle sa mga, sa mga quarantine na ganyan.
Oh, kasi baka Sinovac yung ituturok sa'yo doon.
Ayun yung Sinovac yung galing sa China.
Oh, galing sa China.
Naku, mag-i-inject ka naman pagkatapos.
Oh, Chinese.
Kaya tingnan mo si TM, sino nga pala yung sino nga pala yung nagpa-inject ng Pfizer sa atin?
Meron ba?
Meron nagpa-inject ng Pfizer.
MJ.
Si TMNJ pala. British
Mm.
accent sa TMNJ.
May accent na kasi US
Oh.
yun. Eh.
O US, maarte na magsalita.
Dapat tayo, di ba? Dahil UK, dapat British accent.
British accent. British lang ang formula pero made in pa rin.
India.
Made in Kerala.
So,
Kerala.
Ganun tayo magsalita ngayon.
Yung sa Netflix.
Ano yon?
Yung Bridgerton ba yon? Yung sa series?
Bridgerton, yes. Bridgerton. British accent.
O di ba? Oxford, di ba? Nakalagay Oxford. AstraZeneca. So ano sa vaccine na tinake natin?
Baka
Parang
yung lahat.
research.
So pag nakapag-vaccine na tayong lahat, pwede na tayong magkita.
Yes, pwede. Kahit na yung iba na hindi pa nakapavaccine, na matanda naman, okay na yun, pwede na magkita nun. Matagal nang, matagal na sa mundo.
Napapavaccine pa ba yan?
Hindi na yun. Ano na yun? Immortal na yun.
Oo, immortal sa TTM Roy. Tsaka hindi na siya tatanggapin sa Tawakal na.
Oo.
Sa Tawakal, diretso na siya sa Ministry of Interior. Diretso na siya talaga sa sa Jawasat. Jawasat na ko-control sa kanya. 30 years Saan si TM Barbie?
Nandito, mami.
Wait lang. Meron akong cake na lulutuin.
I-post na muna yan, i-post, bebe.
Hindi, may cake akong lulutuin.
Hindi, yan i-post para makita ko naman.
Wait lang.
Post na muna yan, bebe.
May timer naman yung salad master mo. Huwag mo nang
Sino?
May timer naman yung salad master mo, di ba?
Oo. Sa akin ka na ba kukuha?
Nakuha na si Tito.
Nakakuha na ba si Tito? Wow! Pareho din sa amin?
Mas mahal yata yung inyo eh.
Ano
Ano ba yung
ba?
set mo? Ano ba yung set mo?
Pero may libre yun.
Oo, may 5 siyang libre.
Oo.
Meron ako nakuha ang salad master. 3,500 siya. Uling. Bahala ka na mag-ihip kasi nga medyo maano sa uling eh. Di-uling siya.
Di-uling pala.
Oo,
Hi
di-uling.
guys. Sorry,
Ay.
makikita lang ako ngayon.
Hello kapatid.
Hi, kapatid.
Okay ka na?
Oo, pero masakit pa rin yung arm ko dito. Nagsiswell pa siya actually konti.
Ilang araw yung sakit?
Actually full day kahapon. Sobrang sama talaga ng pakiramdam ko. Sobrang sakit ng buo kong katawan.
Yung
Kahit
naramdaman mo
umiinom
ngayon.
na ako ng gamot.
Yung naramdaman mo kahapon, yun yung naramdaman ko ngayon.
Yes.
Maghapon ako nilagay.
Maganda talaga
Welcome,
dahilan
DTM
to,
Summer.
Mars.
Good evening, DTM Summer.
Tapos pag gising ko, naghahanap na ako ng mga food, ganun.
Ano yung...
Meron na tayong guest.
Yeah, good evening.
Meron na. Hindi tayo
TM
magchikahan
Summer.
na ng sobra.
Good evening, TM Summer.
Mr. BPE, Mr. Sergeant at Arms, can we start?
Yes, we can.
Kompleto ng roles.
Exit na muna ako.
Complete. Just please proceed. We can start. All right. I think everyone is ready.
We can
Good
start.
evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Peak Pariad Toastmasters Club, Club number 8490, Area 5, Division N, and District 79. Today's meeting agenda is 1169, and today is Tuesday, March 9, 2021. With a very interesting theme, dream and ambitions. Wow, I like this. What is your dreams and ambitions in the future? By the way, my name is Marty David. I am the Sergeant at Arms for this club. And I would like to remind to please avoid the 3 topics before we start, especially those if we have a guest for tonight. Please, if you can avoid the 3 topics, the 1 is religion, number 2 is politics, and number 3 is sex. So, and of course, I would like to remind to check your devices so we can save the time. If there's any possible, what do you call this?
Technical glitch.
Yes, thank you. The technical problem. All right, without further ado, I would like to introduce our presiding officer. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from COVID vaccine, our master, Alfred Reyes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms. And before I proceed further, may I request everyone to please kindly open your camera so I can see all of you. As in the screen right now, we're only 4 or 5, and it's not good to look at when you are speaking alone in the screen. And if possible, please open your audio. And before that, may I first acknowledge the presence of our former division and director, Director Samar Kamal. Welcome, sir. And I'd like to recognize also our early birds, namely DTM Roji, immediate past president Mike Benicarlo, and our very own table topics champion, Toastmaster Edward Berador, and also our treasurer, Mr. John Ray Tabuhara, who will be also our Zoom master tonight. Good evening to all of you. And
Good evening.
good evening, Doc. To spearhead this very enjoyable meeting for tonight, I'd like to introduce you our Toastmaster of the evening, a man of many accolades. He completed his medical training at the university, the oldest university of the Philippines, the University of Santo Tomas.
Yay.
He obtained his doctor, PhD at Warwick University, United Kingdom. Assistant professor and deputy director of College of Sciences in King Saudi. A rigorous if you have problem with those, you know whom to contact. He's very much active in medical profession and also with Toastmasters. He is one of the wealthiest PRTCians. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please welcome with a big hand our very own Dr. Jean-Louis Sabico.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
First of all, I am very happy because I was able to find some function for the gift I received last Christmas, the blender of Toastmaster Marty, the box I am now using on top of my laptop. So now I am level-headed with my laptop, unlike before where I used to look just down. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marty, for this gift. It's really very, very functional. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Tonight we have a very, very amazing theme, just in time for the Pisces month, which is dreams and ambitions. A while ago, we heard about how good dreams and ambitions are. Usually these are for kids, but actually it's not just limited for kids. It's still for us. As long as we are breathing, we can still dream and have ambitions. But let me just give you one trivia. Did you know that in 2018, I think one Israeli and one Japanese scientist was able to discover that we can actually record our dreams. And who knows, maybe a decade or a generation from now, we don't need to watch movies anymore. We will be watching our very own dreams. And of course, there will be no advertisements. And I'm not sure how many of those dreams will be shareable to Toastmasters. Will they be all PG-13? Will they be general patronage? These are all nice things to watch in the future. But for now, I request everyone to please have a 30 seconds of silence for our invocation. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please repeat after me. For better listening,
For better
Better
listening,
listening,
for better thinking,
for
for
better,
better thinking,
for better speaking,
for
for
better
better
speaking.
speaking.
we learn by doing.
We
We
learn
learn
by
by
doing.
doing.
Amazing. Now you can continue sitting. Toastmasters, did you know that also today it's a milestone for us in the medical and the scientific community because it's COVID vaccine season. With a show of your emoji hands, how many of you have already taken your first dose? I hope most of you. And right now, they will be continuously and aggressively launching to have everyone vaccinated, to have our health passports ready so we can all go back to the freedom we lost in the entirety of 2020. Fellow Toastmasters, dreams and ambitions. I am sure while this theme is very self-explanatory, I hope tonight we can share some of the dreams and ambitions that we have already met, that we are actually living right now, and those ambitions that are yet to come, that they may be denied now, no, they may be delayed now, but of course they are not delayed. And with that, I would like to say my congratulations to our last week's winners. Let me first start off with our best meeting leader, Toastmaster Rolando Viloria. Our best in prepared speech, Toastmaster Barbara Jane Benicarlo. Best table topic speaker, guest Ahmed Abdeltam. And best evaluator, Toastmaster David. And of course, our birthday celebrants. I hope I'm not sure any of them are here right now. March 10, Toastmaster George Luzada. March 12, Junray Dumalagan. And March 14, we can sing them a happy birthday in silence. I usually, if I am the Toastmaster of the evening, I will not let anyone sing if there are no birthday celebrants in the crowd. But we can still sing a belated happy birthday to our Pisces lady, Toastmaster NJ Deuna, who's just celebrated her birthday. I think last week. She is a Piscean, the dreamer of the Zodiac. Let us sing her a happy birthday now. Happy
Happy
birthday
Birthday
to you.
to you.
This morning, I asked our Vice President for Education some editing in our program. And I would like to ask him again if after all those editing, will there be still program changes, Mr. VP Ed?
Good evening, DTM Sean. I'm happy to announce that there will be no program change for tonight's meeting.
Congratulations, Toastmaster VP Ed, Toastmaster Fergs, my amazing mentee. And now, sometimes I feel sorry for the joke masters, but I know they are just doing their jobs. And I want all of us to not laugh out of friendship, to not laugh because of sympathy, but to really laugh because they are funny and good people. And tonight, this privilege is given to one of our promising Toastmasters, that Toastmaster who always gives a threat to our humorous champion to get that medal. Let us all welcome our immediate past president, Toastmaster Michael John Benny Carlo.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Doc Sean. And I would like to please invite you to kindly open your video, your mic. I would like you to join me in this Joke Master session. Before anything else, I would like to greet our lovely women. I would like to greet them the Happy International Women's Day. And especially to Alexa and Siri,
Siri.
the only women that listen to men. Yes, Google, guys, I have a question for you. Do you think Google is a girl or a boy? Do you have
Girl.
any idea?
Girl.
Why?
Google.
No. Good guess though. Yes, it's a girl because if you if you recognize if you have an idea with Google is it always do or give you a suggestion without even letting you finish your sentences. It always gives you suggestions.
Wow.
Yes. So I have also an activity for you so that I could gauge your smartness or how do you react with the all what I'm talking about. So I would like you to join me in doing this. Hold your hand like this and the other finger like this. Okay? Guys, do this. And then when I say go, you change the position to the other hand. Okay? Go. So I can gauge how smart you are.
Ang hirap to.
Okay, so now I know that I should do the most simplest joke I can so that everybody could understand. Because this is from Phil, Dr. Phil, that how you change your transition by doing this, it will gauge how smart or how active your brain could process the words. So as I could determine that a few participants that could manage to transition faster than 3 seconds, so I will take a little bit of time. So I have chosen this joke because it's a Women's International Day. I prefer to give tribute to women because I from my side I always appreciate women. I love my mother. I appreciate them so much that I would like them to be presidents and prime minister of all the countries in the world. Because if we have all women leaders, we will not have this violent wars with all this testosterone flowing from men. We need to change our leaders to women. Instead, yes, if it's all women, we will only have probably jealous countries not speaking to each other. So this is the advice that I would openly give to our voters that choose women as your leaders because they will not fight violently. They will just stop talking to each other. Also, what I heard from my wife always is that have this ability. Women have the ability to make things bigger or expand. You give them a small thing, they would expand it so easily. I could give you one example. One time, my wife told me that I need to throw out the garbage at this time. Like example, you need to throw the garbage at 6 a.m. in the morning so that it will not smell in our kitchen. So I did not do that one. So while I came back after the end of the day, I work hard in the office, or I pretend to work hard in the office. So when I went home, I was very happy to see my wife. Then I remembered that I have not done the chores that she had told me. So now, these small chores becomes bigger. Now, I need to remember that I did not do I need to do the things that she told me like a week ago. I remember that I forgot also to fold the all of our clothes I forgot to wash. She always gives me more chores when you have not done this small thing. So I prefer, if your wife or your girlfriend would ask you to do something, it's better you do it now, or else you will have a lot of things to do and it will not be good day for you, even though, yeah, even though that you still manage to do all the tasks except one, you will still they will still remember all the things that you have not done before, especially because they have the ability to predict the future. They always worry what will happen in the future. Like my wife, if I told her that next time we would go to IKEA, or we would buy some things in IKEA, and then I did not do this one, I would suffer the whole week that she will not speak to me. So for all the lovely women, sometimes a little bit of leeway to us, because we have only short memory span. Men have very short memory, but I believe women have very expandable memory, which is like a cloud memory that you could not exceed, or no limit at all, unlike.
Especially shopping.
Yes. So that's all for tonight, and have a good night and enjoy the session. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mike. I know he is the joke master, but since he is promoting women, and I think this is an indirect campaign that Toastmaster Barbara will be our next president, don't you think?
Inshallah.
Yes, yes.
And now, before I introduce to you our general evaluator, I would like to share some stuff about him. I know that all of us here are accomplished people, but our general evaluator has lately been struggling. He has been facing some challenges, and if he may allow me to share some of them, I hope some of you can consider this, since we are family here anyway. I hope you can give him advice. If you can look at his background, he just actually purchased a bronze, silver, limited edition paintings. He's such in a dilemma now whether to put paintings or whatever stuff that can accentuate the theme of the room. You know, this stuff should never be burdened by any humans. I hope we can help him find the light soon. But for now, he needs to breathe easy this evening, and I hope we all support him. Let us all welcome our general evaluator, DTM Rogelio Wenceslao.
Thank you so much, Doc Sean, distinguished Toastmaster Sean Luis Abico. Those were our first world problems we were discussing last time. I was mentioning that I'm in a dilemma right now how to change my room because sometimes I really get bored on my place. Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Special mention to our past District 79 Director, distinguished Toastmaster Summer Kamal, and from our friends from other clubs, we have Toastmaster. Later on, he will be introduced properly, Toastmaster Ryan Padillo. As your general evaluator, the task is to ensure some suggestions on how to further improve our meeting for tonight. And in the past, and as the same right now, we usually have two sets of meeting leaders that will help me evaluate our meeting for tonight. The first are called the meeting leaders. And let me just introduce to you our grammarian. He is the current president of our beloved club. Let's all welcome Toastmaster Alfred Reyes.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. And tonight I will be your grammarian, and I will take note of the good and inappropriate usage of English language. The word of the day is gritty, meaning showing courage and resolve. Example, I admire her gritty determination to succeed. Fellow Toastmasters, use that in your speeches tonight. I shall report the result of my task when called upon by our back to you, TTM Roji.
Is our and face counter, and currently the Vice President for Education. He is also a past president. Let's all welcome Toastmaster Ferdinand Gueco.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as clutch or pulse pillar by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler words, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means at the end of the meeting. I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ferdy Gueco. And our timer for tonight is currently our Sergeant at Arms and a past president as well. So you can see the trend now. We have Toastmaster Marty David as our timer.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator, Rogelio Wenceslao Jr. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, be responsible for keeping track of your time. And we'll remind you when you are getting towards the end of your speech. When you see the green card or the green signal appearing on your screen, uh, that means that you reach the minimum time required. When you see the yellow signal, that means that you reach the midway. And the red signal, maximum time required. You still have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. At the end of this and mention only the names of those who are qualified. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marty David. And our vote counter, and at the same time, Zoom Master, our current treasurer, and can be our future president, Master John Ray Tabuhara.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tonight, I will be your Zoom master and vote counter. I will be controlling the audio and video presentation, spotlight the speaker, and to mute and unmute the audience depending on the requirement. For the best speaker in each of the segment of our meeting, namely I shall declare the results. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John Ray Tabuhara. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our meeting leaders who will help me evaluate our meeting for tonight in terms of your grammar, the time management that you have, and of course, course, if you will be voting, we have our Zoom master who will be assisting us for. And later on, you will meet our next set of general meeting evaluators. They will be evaluating the prepared speech session and the table topic session. And let me just give a quick and proactive evaluation of our meeting for tonight, a preview. Thank the Execom for starting always the meeting on time. Congratulations for always trying to be punctual with our meeting, and I believe we're good to go, and back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator. See how graceful he is despite the burdens that he is carrying inside. He can still pull through to be our general evaluator for the evening. If I may share another of our dilemmas, sometimes we eat in Blue Ribbon and it's such a challenge. Whether after dinner we could go to a coffee or go to Mike's house to have our facial. And if we go to Mike's house, do we buy a pastry? Because we bought cake before. Maybe it should be donuts this time. Do you see what we have to go through? Some life-changing decisions. Anyway, since our theme is about dreams and ambitions, let us give our full support to Toastmaster Marty and Toastmaster Lilian. Our dreams and ambitions of having 2 district winners this coming Friday is and should become a reality. And with that, we will now proceed with the first part of our session, our prepared. He will give a speech tonight on his pathway, but before that, I will call his evaluator who received his first dose that has been approved by the Miss Universe organization. Let us all welcome Toastmaster Edward Berador.
Thank you very much, DTM Sean. Yeah, I spoke to Paula Sugart about the vaccine and it's good to go. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, especially to Toastmaster Roselle. The purpose of the speech is for the member to identify his primary leadership style or styles. Number 2, the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. The time would be 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Mr. TOE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ed. And now for our first speaker, we have seen him in some pictures that we cannot unsee, but since he is still a member of our family, we love him just the same. To give a speech entitled Left and Right, let us welcome the Toastmaster, 2020 Toastmaster of the Year, Toastmaster Rosel Sazo.
Excuse me, like I'm coughing a bit. Selongkat, kalibok kadang kalawang palig na lipahinto. That is all college. In English, forward, march, left, right, plank, merge, stop. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and to my beautiful evaluator. Looking back, who would have thought Rosel Sazon joined the COCC, or Candidate Officers for Philippine Military Training, a timid person or a student? I didn't regret. As I move forward, I've realized there's a lot of I'm a follower. By leading us with our instructor, Lieutenant Dizon, he showed what kind of leadership styles we can get. The first person I've noticed is the one who says, "Do as I say." He's always shouting. He always think like the command and control, which is typical of leadership style nowadays. But nowadays, correct me, that was 21st century. Nowadays, this is not actually showing up because in the end, people will burn you alive. I'm just kidding. The second one I've noticed, the leader who says, follow me. Well, same as the autocratic style that I mentioned to you that always say, do as I say. This is someone that shows that I'm a leader, I will show you the way, and I will set an expectation, and this is what you will do. There's a certain certainty. This kind of leader leaves the fog for people. They help them to go on, and sometimes it shows that they're almost like autocratic. The one who says, follow me, is the authoritative, that gives us a lot of authority, showing I'm only the one who have the authority. Unlike autocratic leaders, authoritative leaders take time to explain their thinking. They just jump directly because most of them, they don't allow people the choice. And they just give us the goal they want to. The third leader I've noticed and I've learned a lot is the one who says, do as I do. This one usually the pace setting style or the pace setting type of leader. I do. Things and team members. Should we avoid the pace setter leader or the pace setting style of leader? Well, for me, this makes me enjoy the COCC or the Philippine Military Training. I need to step up on my comfort zone and listen and trying to express myself, wherein I can able to give some ideas or can help the democratic style. There's a lot of numerous benefits from democratic style of leaders because it can give us trust and promote team spirit and cooperation from our members or to our followers. A democratic leaders also, or democratic leadership style gets people to do what to be done and not the way they want it to do. The second to the last I could share with you is the coaching style. These leaders give me a realization that you can also be a coach, coaching people. There's people that says, consider this. They always say this one, what about this one? Consider this thing. This leader coaches people, of course, the followers. Leaders who just coach stand up. Because when you coach people, you put your hearts and open your doors for any, people will bring back or listen to you. They believe that everyone has the power within themselves. This coaching people encourage, empower their followers or future leaders. And last but not the least is the affiliative style, which I think I am most closer, or this guy could consider my primary. This always says people come first. Like in Toastmasters, we always value members above all. We are all members here, and members should always be priority. Of all the leadership, the affiliative style is one where leader gets up close and gets some personal touch, or not touch, personal. A leader who's practicing this style pays attention to and supports the emotional needs of their leaders or their followers. Well, Toastmasters, these are just some of the leadership style that I could share with you during my time when I joined that office. We can be affiliative, we can be sometimes authoritative, we can be sometimes coaching or a pace setter. Have you realized that we cannot set a specific leadership style for us? Because for myself, how I've learned from these leadership styles that I experienced when I was a follower of the Philippine Military Training Group. First thing is that I tend to know myself more. By looking at those leaders, I tend to reflect myself and give myself back and realize that, oh, this is me. Oh, this is not me. Oh, I don't like that. Second is I understand each one of them. That gives me an idea which one I am a leader, which one that I should do. And last but not the least, we have to develop the agility. The agility that we have to think fast. We have to move forward fast. As a pace setter, sometimes we are democratic. Sometimes we can be authoritative. When someone's not doing it, maybe through emotions or through some forces around us, make us to be an authoritative. But at the end of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the Chinese proverb says, the wise adapt themselves to circumstances, and as the water molds itself to the pitcher. Not all of this can be into one person. Not all of this can be in only one person. What's important is we know for ourselves which leader type or which leadership style we can use in our life or future endeavors. And that would be all back to you, to our general evaluator, distinguished.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rosel. I am actually the Toastmaster of the evening. There was some element of a flight of thoughts there, which was consistent of the title, left, right. But then I am not your evaluator. I will leave that to Toastmaster Ed. Brilliant speech, Toastmaster Rosel. I am not here to roast anyone and everyone. I will just try to tame myself a bit. Now we have our next speaker. Our next speaker has always been described to be transformative. She has lost so much, and it shows. But tonight, she will give us a speech entitled Day One or One Day. Let us welcome our belated birthday girl. But before that, let me call her evaluator. Oh, she will be evaluated by a former district director. Glad for him to be with us tonight. Let us welcome distinguished Toastmaster Samer Kamal.
Thank you so much, DTM Sean. Long time no see, fellow Toastmasters of PRTC. Since long time, I didn't be in one of the meetings of PRTC, which I always call the University of Toastmasters. For the evaluation purpose or the speech purpose of our speaker today, the purpose of this project is for Toastmaster NJ to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. For the purpose of this speech is for Toastmaster NJ to share some aspects of a previous experience as a protege or a mentee. The time is from 5 to 7 minutes, and the speech title, as clear here, is One Day or Day One. Back to you, Toastmaster Sean.
Thank you, DTM Samer. I would like to compliment on that very nice template. I think our Vice President was able to pick that up. Some of us are really privileged, aren't we? But it's not about us anymore. Let's hear from our speaker, Toastmaster NJ Deuna.
Yes, hello, good evening. Can you just give me a second? I cannot share a screen because I have a PowerPoint.
Sure, take your time, NJ.
I hope they will allow me to share. Please let me, because I want to share something, a PowerPoint. Okay, thank you. Wait, what happened? Sorry, okay. Okay, I can start now. It takes one full turn for you to change your perspective and goals in life. But for you to do that, you have to choose which day you will begin. Fellow Toastmasters and to our distinguished guests and my evaluator, good evening. As you can see from the picture itself, I love to eat. I love to go out with my friends and have this so-called eating habit with them. But I will relate this to my speech right now in Toastmastering and mentoring in Toastmasters. So first of all, I started my first speech, and my mentor, I'm very proud to say, is distinguished Toastmaster Helio Wenceslao Jr. I was mentored by him. I was one time a mentee of him and elite international school when I was delivering my first speech. I was so nervous when I started to have that speech in front of everybody. And but he gave me this confidence level that NJ, you have the edge. You can do it. Then second, third speech came, and he continued doing this to me, mentoring me. But I had an issue with how I deliver my speeches. I told him that it's so difficult for me to do it, and he because I cannot memorize my speeches. He said, just be natural and you can do it. So I had this actually, I applied this mentoring skills that I got from DTM Roji and learned from him as a mentee in my current work or profession as a physical therapist and as a coach for some of my trainees. So, but I will give you a brief differences of how coaching and mentoring is, as you can differentiate both of them. Because in coaching, you are task oriented. Like us in physical therapy, we have short term goals, we have explicit feedbacks, develop skills driven by coach, and shows where you went wrong. So it goes with a short term goal for you. Like for example, you cannot say that you have to lose weight now, you will lose weight for the rest of your life. No, it's like you have to meet some short term goals for you to do that. But in mentoring, it focuses on different area. You have this long-term goal of exceeding and progressing every single day of your life on how you will do it for your mentees. So it develops the capabilities of those you mentor. So for me, it's just like coaching is related to when, how, where you will do it. But in mentoring, is when you want to start, how you want to do it, or what you will do after learning those abilities. Then this is actually the story of my one day. Why I said this one? Because I went from being obese, and I started to tell myself that I wanted one day to become like those who mentored me, having this perspective of delivering my not just my speeches, but coaching them and in a way and delivering speeches in front of them to encourage them one day. So I said maybe I can try some things that can help me in becoming a coach one day. So then I have here my mentors. Sorry, Ditem Roger, I took your photo. There are my mentors. So this is my best friend from the US who encouraged me to actually lose weight, and distinguished Toastmaster Roger encouraged me to become a better speaker in front of everybody. I wasn't confident like this, and most of you Toastmasters, PRTians knew about it from the beginning. I am always I always have this nervousness in front of everybody. Then I have this my previous trainers who helped me in becoming a coach, but they also helped me to mentor people through online and virtual trainings. Sorry, I had to skip this one. Why I cannot have it? Um, what happened? Sorry. Because I have a video after this, but I cannot share it. Okay, now I have the story of my one day, which is my long-term goal. You know, most of us, we are like encouraging ourselves to have this day, one day, day one. And actually, this is sorry, I jumped this one. It should be day one. This is the story of my day one. This is actually the coaching and the mentoring together on how I will go. I will make my team and in personal training that in coaching you motivate people, you train them, but in mentoring it's a different idea that I have, that coaching is actually the idealism of the powerhouse of mind, which is called mentoring. So if you don't have this ability of mentoring people, inspiring them and building them, how can you coach them if you yourself doesn't have this ability of inspiring them? Because motivating is easy, but you yourself, will you be able to inspire your audiences or your trainees? So I have this. I will play it. This is actually a minute, so I hopefully it will go. This is my this afternoon when I was coaching some of my trainees. So I'm just introducing this one because this is the gliders that I've shown you before. You see, now before I wasn't confident in being in front of the screen. I have never been confident, and I cannot even do exercises in front of them. But because you had good mentors to help you to develop speeches, they helped me to do this capabilities of speaking while I'm coaching in front of them. So then alternate doing my circuit training like this. Okay. Then sometimes I do also like 10 counts for 3 bouts. So you do it like so. Okay. So can you imagine the power of mentoring before you can proceed into something that you wanted to do one day? Fellow Toastmasters, in this code that I'm giving to you right now, you learn more from failure than from success, because most of us we wanted to go from one day I wanted to become like this. I wanted to become one of the best speakers like our fellow Toastmasters. But do we have the courage to start in day one? So don't let it stop you. Failure builds character. So always remember, one day you will become if you will start day one. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Toastmaster NJ. That was a very inspiring speech indeed. And one thing I may add, the things that those who really want to lose weight had to go through is to change their lifestyle. And changing lifestyle is really not that easy. You need to uproot what has been submerged in your subliminal. And one way to do that is to teach. As the saying goes, the best way to learn is to teach. And mentoring and coaching, as what TMNJ is doing, is really favorable, not only for her, but for the people that he is teaching. Congratulations, Toastmaster NJ. Keep it up. And congratulations also to your mentors. I'm sure they have been so inspirational. You have been inspirational to them as well. So there you have it, our two amazing prepared speakers for the evening. May I ask our timer if all our speakers are qualified? Toastmaster Marty?
Yes, Mr. TOE, all our speakers for tonight are qualified. Back to you.
Mashallah. So now we can cast our votes as to who our best prepared speaker will be. Will it be Toastmaster Rosel Sazon or Toastmaster Nerilyn Joy de Una? You have 2 seconds to cast your vote. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I didn't cast my vote. That's why it's not going down. There you have it. Now our prepared speech session is over. We will now have our table topic session, and to lead our session, I think he is the president of Spicer. Am I correct? He is the current president of Spicer. Can someone answer me?
Yes, yes po.
Yes, Doc.
And he has been our guest for so many times. I was able to observe his evolution as a Toastmaster. Before, he used to eat his words, but now he speaks with clarity. And tonight, he is our Table Topics Master of the evening. Let us all welcome Toastmaster Ryan Panilio.
Thank you very much. Our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster DTM Sean Sabico, for that very warm introduction. And fellow Toastmasters and their guests, the table topics is a way to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills, to effectively think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. We also want to give every member the opportunity to speak at each meeting. We do this during the table topics. Table topics is specifically designed to develop 4 essential communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking. Tonight, with our team, which is, sorry, let me look. The theme for tonight is dreams and ambition. So with regards to that, dreams are stories and images that our minds create while we sleep. They can be entertaining, fun, romantic, disturbing, frightening, and sometimes bizarre. Tonight, let's all dream success. But before that, please let no one sleep before and after we completed our table topics. So our Zoom master, please allow me to share the screen. Okay, so I will share now the screen. So I have created 9 questions, and I would like to select the first question for the guest, or is there any guests for tonight? So if hearing none, I shall proceed with the presentation. All right, so anybody would like to volunteer? And please select the number.
Me.
That is Toastmaster.
Can I volunteer?
Yes.
I'm
DTM or Toastmaster Rosel Sason. Please go ahead and select your number, please.
4. Hi. Yes, 4.
So it's number 4. All right. So sharing back. Okay, this is your question. Toastmaster Rosel Sason. Happy are those who dream dreams and are willing to pay the price to make them come true. Again, happy are those who dream dreams and are willing to pay the price to make them come true. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Rosel Sanson.
Sorry, I'm confused. My laptop is there. The camera is here. Yeah.
Okay, would you like me to repeat the?
No, it's okay. They say dreams come true. Do you believe in that? In that saying, dreams come true? Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a warm good evening to everyone. For me, indeed, it can be, but we have to make an action. We're not just dreaming, because when you are just dreaming, you just end, you're just staying there. You will not do any action, it will just end there. So we have to move forward, move out of our comfort zone and achieve that dreams. They said there's no dreams cannot be achieved. Well, when we sleep, we dream. But when we work with that dream, it can be achieved. There's nothing impossible in the world. For me, in my personal stories, why I agree with that one, there's a lot of instances in my life that things are not impossible, but with that perseverance, that passion, of course, coupled with hard work and with that push, force, with the help of our relatives, sometimes with friends, we were able to achieve that dream that we are aiming for. When I was studying, I thought I would not make it because I lost my scholarship. However, there's another way for me. I work as a working student. I work in the afternoon. I studied in the evening. Of course, it's not easy. Your time is almost outside of your house, coupled with hard work because you work with Jollibee's, a restaurant where people are coming here and there. Masters, if others can do, why can't I? And I did it. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that very inspirational speech from you, Toastmaster Rosel Samson. Truly, that the Italian word ad astra per aspera is that through the hardships, through the stars, and you really showcase that on your speech tonight. And I would like to cast again the question to our members tonight. Who would like to volunteer, please?
I will volunteer.
Yes, Toastmaster Ferdinand Greco, please go ahead and select a number.
Number 5.
Question is number 5. Please expound. If you can dream it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. Toastmaster Ferdinand Greco.
Thank you so much, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Ryan. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and to our guests. I do agree in the you can. Why did I say that? Because I personally experienced those words where I was just dreaming on my younger years. Before, when I was young, I was dreaming to finish my bachelor's degree. It was really indeed a long process. It's gonna take around 16 years. Do you know how it's difficult for you? You suffer from different stages of struggles, even though you are academic achiever, and yet there are some instances in your life that you thought it will be the end of the world. But as long as you allow yourself to dream and to believe and to take action on whatever you dream, you can definitely do it. Just like in 2016 when I was graduated as a bachelor's degree in AMA University with flying colors, that was a greatest achievement that I dreamed before, that I never thought it will ever happen again. I thought the dream to finish a degree in college will never happen, but every time I allow myself to remind myself that there is always a possibilities that I could finish that degree, I put that in my mind. I put that always in myself that I can do it. There is always a way. I never lose my hope despite of those struggles, because I believe every single individuals in this world could make every dreams possible as long as you take action to it. Because if you are just dreaming alone and you're not taking any actions, definitely that dream will be just forever a dream. But if you're going to take action and move forward, even just a slow progress, and you start it in a single step, definitely there is a very big chance, there's a big possibility that could possibly happen one day soon. It might not today, maybe on the following years, or you'll never know. It will come on the perfect time, the right time that the God will give you this particular dream what you have. Back to you.
Wow, that was a very nice
I
answer
like to
to the.
volunteer to
All right,
neutralize that.
all right. So I really agree on what Toastmaster first, that there is always a way, slowly but surely, to our dreams.
Oh my
And
God,
to
hindi
the
ako
next
nag-mute.
question for UTM Sean Sabico, please select a number.
Ah, number 2.
Number 2. All right. So the question is, please expound. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. The table is yours, TTM Sean Sabico.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ryan. I think I lived the life of my dreams when I was still young. That was the time when I was living with my grandparents. Both my parents were here working in Saudi Arabia. Why did I consider that as the life of my dreams? That was the time when I never knew that money existed. And since I never knew that money existed, everything was there. Everything I needed was there. That was the time I realized that we never really need money to exist. I live in the most rural of areas. Poultry was there, fish was there. We were all healthy. We were very happy. We were having a very simple life until I reached college. And that was the time I learned that we had to survive, we had to earn money, and I am still doing it right now. The biggest adventure for me is whatever achievements I am doing right now, whatever achievements I will continue to achieve in the future, I would strive to have back that same life when I was little, to have a life of simplicity where I do not need cash, to know that I would still have a healthy meal in the night, that I would still wake up happy and having nature beyond my side. That is the life of my dream, and that is what I strive to have. Back to you.
Wow, it's very inspirational. Thank you very much, TTM Sean Sabico. Truly, that money is just a tool. What matters most is the foundation of our dreams to achieve our success. And for that, I would like to come back again to the main slide and call for any volunteers.
Yes, press.
Yes, Toastmaster Michael Benicarlo, please select any number.
Number 9.
Number 9. So this is your question. Dreams don't, or please expound, please don't work unless you do. Dreams don't work unless you do. Toastmaster Michael Benicarlo.
Yes. When I was still young, I dream of a I don't have that capability to ask my mother to stay or to ask her to just work in the Philippines because we are not that we don't have that enough money to provide for the whole family. We try to at least spend our time together even though it's only once a year. So now that I have the capability and I am now earning my own money, I wanted to have this dream that my family would be complete, that I would have my son beside me and my wife beside me. Yes, I totally agree that whatever dreams that we have in our hearts and in our minds, it depends always to ourselves on how we would tackle it, what can we do about it, or how we can find ways to fulfill this dream. Because at the end of the day, whatever we decide, if we are truly committed, we can do it by just trying and doing the small steps and doing the first step to achieve this dream. Because what for me, whatever dreams you have, small or big, it's meaningful to you because it is you who dream about it. So just continue, for me, continue to strive to achieve your goals, to achieve your dream, because I believe it is put in you because you have the capability to fulfill it. And back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster
Thank you
Ryan.
very much. Thank you very much. Once again, our speaker, Toastmaster Michael Benicaro, for sharing to us your life story. Truly, that sacrifices and love for our family are the small footsteps in obtaining goodness for our commitment to our loved ones. And very nice answer. And for that, I would like to call again our participants to select your dream numbers to write. Anybody would like to volunteer? So I will use the PowerPoint. So anybody, please? All right.
Dream big.
So,
Number
yeah.
8. May I
All right. Thank
volunteer?
you very much. Number 8 for Toastmaster Alfred Reyes. And please expound. A heart without dreams is like a bird without feathers. A heart without dreams is like a bird without feathers. Toastmaster Alfred Reyes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topic Master. This topic is very fitted to me, a person who is loveless. Fellow Toastmasters, a heart without dream is like a bird without feathers. That applies to all of people, who, to all living people. Because if you don't have dream, you are useless. For me, I dream of big things because if ever I cannot fulfill that dream, somehow in its little way, I have achieved something. Because just like in a review school, if you aim high and you flunk, you still have to pass. That is what they say. Same is true with dreaming. A dream, a person without dream is like a bird without feather. It's good for a person to have dreams because uh, it will give value to you as a person. And this is just like a challenge for each of one of us. That if you have a dream, you have a goal, you have something to fulfill, you have something to achieve. And that's it. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Wow, thank you very much, Toastmaster Alfred Reyes, for that very inspirational uh, quotes from you. And I believe that big things come from small beginnings, just like what Toastmaster Alfred says. And everybody should be like a bird and start flapping their wings. And we still have questions for our participants for tonight. Please select your numbers. So we still have a few numbers available. Yes, anybody would like to volunteer, please?
Table topic master, I volunteer. My name
Yes,
is Master Roji.
okay, please select your number, DTM Roji.
Which number is not select? Number 3?
Number 3, please expound. First, think. Second, believe. Third, dream. And finally, dare. First, think. Second, believe. Third, dream. And finally, dare. DTM Rogelio Wenceslao.
Thank you so much, Mr. Table Topic Master. This particular quote by Walt Disney, I'd like to believe that this is the step on how to realize the dreams that you have. It starts with the mental aspect of your life, which is thinking. You get to start thinking first on what would you like to do. So for example, in my case, I thought I have to lose weight. So that's the first step. I have to lose weight because I'm gaining weight in this pandemic times that we have. Second, believe. Believe that to lose weight, for example, in my case, is to exercise. So I decided to run this past few months. And the third is dream. Dream is for me when I was trying to lose my weight, when I was start thinking that I have gained, and then I start believing that it's through exercise, then that's a time for me to finally dare myself and start realizing those things that I want to do, and that is to lose weight, and that is through running. So my dear fellow Toastmaster, it's a crude picture, but nevertheless, it starts in here that when you want to realize something, you have to think of it, you have to believe on it, you have to dream for it, and daring means you have to work for it and act on it. How about you? What are your dreams in life that you want to accomplish? Is it financial? Is it something to do about your weight or anything under the sun? So go for this rule of thumb by Walt Disney. Think, believe, dream, and dare. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Wow, thank you very much for that very informative speech from DTM Rogelio Wenceslao. And I believe if I will choose my dream, I would like to gain more weight. While others want to reduce weight, I like to gain more weight because of many tasks are reducing my weight. And congratulations for picking that question, DTM Rogelio Wenceslao. And for that, we still have a few remaining questions for tonight. So I would like to ask any more volunteer to select their numbers. I believe nobody would like to volunteer. So, do we have for the our deep
Volunteer?
education?
Can I volunteer?
Yes, go ahead. Toastmaster Dennis, please select your number.
Number 7.
Number 7. This is your quote. Number 7, please expound. If you have a heartbeat, there's still time for your dreams. If you have a heartbeat, there's still time for your dreams. Toastmaster Dennis Vicente.
If you have a heartbeat, there's still time. Ay, sorry. I cannot see. Wait a second. So, if you have a heartbeat, there's still time for your dreams. It's also the same way as if there's life, there's always a way for you to dream. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, good evening. Last week, as you've noticed, I was in the hospital having after my surgery for my appendix. So, during those times, I realized that life is so precious that we should value our life and we should value our health. So, fellow Toastmasters, if you are have lost or have down or feeling down or feeling lost in your dreams, don't be, because you still have life. We still have a day for us to recover, a day for us to continue our dreams. Even if we are young or old, there's no age limit for us to dream. So, like, uh, like if we are, even if we have achieved our dream when we were young, we still have to dream, because it will also give us hope to live each day as we go on with our lives. That's all. Thank you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dennis Vicente, for sharing with us how to value our life. Life is very important. Every time we wake up in the morning, we are thankful for this very precious gift that we have. All right, so I believe that's all for tonight. We have already accumulated the number of speakers. And for that, I would like to ask our timer if all the speakers are qualified for tonight, or the table topic speakers.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. I'm happy to announce, ladies and gentlemen, that all our speakers are qualified for voting. Please vote among Rosel Sazon, Toastmaster Ferdinand Gueco, Toastmaster Sean Sabico, Toastmaster Michael Benicarlo, Toastmaster Alfred Reyes, Toastmaster Roger Wenceslao Jr., and Dennis Di Vicente. Back to our table topic master.
Thank you very much. Our timer, Toastmaster Marty Ibias. And for that, let's move forward that our dreams are very important in our lives because it reflects our past, future, and present. And dreaming is still a way that indicates that we are still alive and there is still hope for tomorrow, and never lose interest in our lives in combating our daily activities. And for that, back to you, our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ryan. That was a very amazing table topic session. It is a milestone for me in many ways, led by you. And why do I say so? There were 9 volunteers in such a short span of time. And why is that? Our table topics has been very generous. If none of you have noticed, it wasn't on slide presentation. We can see the questions from 1 to 9. No wonder there were plenty of volunteers. This is a once in a lifetime table topic session. It is a dream table topics for me. And I think it would be very, very challenging for our evaluators to evaluate such enthusiastic speakers for tonight. And to lead our evaluation is the magnet of challenges himself, our general evaluator, DTM Rogelio Wenceslao.
Thank you so much. The very simple Distinguished Toastmaster Sean Luis Sabico. We are now on the evaluation part of our meeting. They say this is the heart of every Toastmasters meeting, which is giving feedback to our speakers for tonight. And let me start with the first speaker to evaluate Toastmaster Rosel Sazon. We have Toastmaster Edward Berador.
Good evening, Mr. General Evaluator, especially to my target speaker, Toastmaster Rosel Sazon. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. If we have a guest, good evening too. Well, one of the things, I will jump immediately to the things which I really love about speeches. You have that very good quality of vocal tone wherein it demands attention. You know, your speech is about leadership. That itself exudes leadership. That kind of a voice is kind of a voice that demands attention. And clear on enunciating majority of your words. There are some minor glitches that you could further improve. I also love the choice of topic, the introduction, which is the left, right, the military training type of thing that illustrates a traditional leadership. And you have also given some examples, in which you have jotted a lot of different kinds of leadership, in which you could have, for me, you could have summarized it into 3 or 4 so that it would be easy for us to recall. And another thing that for me, you could further strengthen your speech capability is I was really waiting for that moment that you have transported us from the past leadership experience to the new leadership experience. Coming from a past president position and currently the Division A director, I would like to hear your personal testimonials on how and your present experiences that made you conclude and differentiate the past and the present, about your experiences now being a leader, how your new experiences had brought you to a different dimension of leadership. I think that could be, for me, that could bring you to a different level of a speech presentation. Aside from that, if you could use also the left-right thing illustration, where in leadership, there's no such thing as left and right all the time. There should be a middle ground because you need to understand people from different perspectives. There's no absolute right and left in leadership. I think that would give you more emphasis on the leadership thing that is being aimed on your speech. I hope, and congratulations, I would like to hear more from you in the future. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Well, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ed, for that very deep insight of our speaker. I would totally agree with your suggestion to give more depth to the speech of Toastmaster Rosel. He could cite the current leadership that he is holding right now, which is being a Division A director. Anyway, for our next speaker, Toastmaster NJ Duuna, we have our past District 79 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Samar Kamal. You may now proceed, Distinguished Toastmaster Samar Kamal. Naghang ba? So while waiting for the connection, I think Distinguished Toastmaster Samar Kamal, he's currently frozen right now. So let's wait for him, and then maybe we can proceed with the next evaluation, which is to evaluate the table topic speakers. Okay. There you have it. Once again, to evaluate Toastmaster NJ Diuna, we have our past District 79 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Summer Kamal.
Thank you so much, our General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Aurelio. Toastmaster NJ, in your speech, it's about mentoring and your experience in mentoring. And this one of this project is one of the projects that specify and limitize the speaker in certain topic. In your speech, you had a wonderful beginning by saying or sharing with us your first incidents or first moments in Toastmasters and who was your mentor and what your feelings in the first speech you were delivering. And then you moved us to the differences between the coaching and mentoring. And that's very important to understand the difference between what does it mean to be a coach and what does it mean to be a mentor. And then you moved us to the story of one day and how it triggered you to be a coach. And then later on, you mentioned the start, the beginning of your actions to be a coach, actually. And you mentioned there that the mentors help you in being a good speaker so you can coach people, and you were being able to coach people, in fact. You excelled actually in the speech in mentioning clearly your mentors, and we know your mentors. The opening of your speech, as I mentioned, was attractive because it's actually related to us in Toastmasters, and we felt we were all of us actually were in your foot at that time. We were in your shoes at that time. So we felt the same feeling as being a beginner in Toastmasters. Your message was so inspiring that if you want to inspire others, you have to start with yourself. You have to be able to inspire others with your actions. How can we improve? Maybe, in my opinion, we should have been focused on your experience in Toastmasters as a mentee. So I wish that I could have listened more about your experiences with Toastmaster Aurelio. What are the advices that he mentioned to you, that he shared with you? And then after sharing your experiences with us, share with us the lessons that you learned from Toastmasters. And at the end of the speech, how did you apply to achieve your goal to be a coach? By this sequence, I think it will be more organized. The speech will be in phases. The speech will be well organized with experiences, lessons learned, then application. That will keep us within with your speech till the end of the story. As a speaker, I would like to use a pointer if you have a presentation and to practice about the PowerPoint presentation beforehand, before the speech, and to practice pauses. You were in rush, maybe because you're nervous, but relax and pause whenever it's needed. Other than that, it was so inspiring speech. Congratulations. Back to you.
Thank you so
Toastmaster
much,
Aurelio.
Distinguished Toastmaster Summer Kamal, and congratulations, Toastmaster NJ. I'm surprised actually that I'm part of your speech for tonight. Anyway, our next evaluator to evaluate the odd numbered speakers, we have Toastmaster Lilian Beldan.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rogelio Wenceslao. Toastmaster Rosel, our first speaker in Table Topics. Your question was, happy are those who dream dreams and are willing to pay the them through. Toastmaster Rosel, what I like about how you address the do you believe that dreams do come true? By mentioning that, you also shared some personal experiences in the past, which most of us can relate. I like as well that now I can catch up the way you speak. I'm not struggling to where he will talk, what he will say next, etc., etc. And you speak a little slow, which is I like the most. Tim Ross, Just a gentle reminder to please always remember to breathe and pause every time you speak. Next speaker is Doc Sean. Why did you volunteer, Doc? You gave me a hard time. But anyway, I still need to evaluate you. What I love about Doc Sean is every time he answer a question or every time he speak, he has this enthusiastic and convincing attitude that can move or make the audience agree or believe in what he is saying. Even if he is just joking, we tend to believe what he is saying. He can always easily relate all these topics or questions to his personal experiences. I cannot say anything more, but awesome, Doc Sean. Toastmaster Alfred, tonight you are more relaxed than the usual. What I like about you is you have this ability to inject or relate the topic to yourself. Like what you started in the table topic. This topic is relatable. I can relate to this topic. If I may suggest, Toastmaster Alfred, when you already started to answer the question and you started a strong already, but in the middle of the speech, you go back again to the question, which is you already in the peak of your speech and you go back to the first or the starting point. It's like confusing the audience as well. But nevertheless, you did well, Toastmaster Alfred. Toastmaster Dennis, from the start, from the beginning, when I heard your icebreaker, you improve a lot. I can see that. The relaxed tone, the facial expression says it all. You also learn to speak with introduction, body, and conclusion. I can see that you are now a dynamic speaker. Continue to deliver speech and join table topics, and for sure you will improve more. Congratulations, and that would be all. Back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Rogelio Wenceslao.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lilian Beldad. And to evaluate our even-numbered speakers, we have Toastmaster Rolando Villoria.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening to all and to our guests. By the power of the VP membership, he has assigned me as an evaluator to the table topic for the even numbers. First, I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster First Gecko. His answer is a direct to the point with talking about his personal experience that gives the power to his speech, and he appears fully at ease with the audience. And the speech is giving a history, a background of his achievements, achieving his dreams, and an area of improvement which I'm going to emphasize to him is the consistency of eye contact to the audience, and it's a mild mild part of the speech that needs improvement, and also maybe the audience is wants to hear about your love life, not on your career, your educational accomplishment, because we have heard that already. So maybe you can speak more on more interesting on the side of your love life. Toastmaster Michael Benicarlo, who is always excelling and he's improving a lot, and he answered the question by relating his personal experiences, uses physical gestures as a tool to enhance the speech, and appears completely self-assured with the audience. Just a little suggestion to improve his delivery of the speech is the vocal variety and the power of pause. Distinguished Toastmaster Rogi Wenceslao, he excels at communicating using the spoken word, and he uses physical gesture as a tool to enhance the speech, and he has mastered the delivery of table topic speech. Just a little suggestion from my side as your evaluator is, again, also maintaining an eye contact to the audience, and your call to action should be determined and should be there should be an emphasis to let your audience believe what you are saying, because you smiled on your call to action, which you are not sure of the delivery of that call to action. I am very surprised that everyone has volunteered, and again, I can see that PRTC members are growing and improving. I see a lot of members who are already, I can sense a competition to every members, and it's a very healthy environment for PRTC. And congratulations to all who participated with the table topic. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rolando Viloria, for that insightful evaluation. And now, may I ask our timer if our evaluators are qualified for the best in evaluation?
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I'm again happy to announce that all our evaluators are qualified for voting. Please vote among Toastmaster Edward Bernador, Toastmaster Summer Kamal, Toastmaster Lilian Bildad, and Toastmaster Rolando Beloria. Back to our GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marty David. And there you have it. Let me now call our meeting leaders to give their evaluation for the specific task they were assigned to. Let me start with our grammarian, Toastmaster Alfred Reyes.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. And tonight, I have noted and recorded Toastmasters who have spoken or have mentioned quotes and good usage of English. And let me just ask you to guess who among these Toastmasters mentioned this. Number one is to have a life of simplicity.
UTM Sean.
Oh, good. Thank you. We learned that from you, President Ryan Panilo. Next one is the wise adapt themselves to circumstances.
Toastmaster Michael Benicardo.
No? Any more guess?
TM Alfred Reyes.
No? Time is up. The one who mentioned that is Toastmaster Rosel Sasson. And number three is failure builds character. Somebody's smiling, and that is correct, Doc. And I'm sorry to tell you that nobody ever mentioned our word of the day, which is gritty. And the last but not the least is uproot what has been submerged. Anybody? Anyone who would like to guess?
Sean.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, DTM Roji. That concludes my report. And thank you very much for listening attentively tonight. At least somehow you have heard those sentences, good usage of English language. Back to you, DTM Roji.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. Our and face counter to give his report, Toastmaster Ferdinand Gueco.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. I believe most of our speakers tonight are gritty in delivering their respective speeches, but then I was able to record some of your pillar words. Let's begin with Toastmaster Marty with 7A, 1 all right, 2 long pause. Toastmaster, sorry for that. Toastmaster out. 18 and 4 repetitive words. Dakshan 1A. Toastmaster Mike 4A. sorry guys. Toastmaster Roji 2A and 1 so. Toastmaster Ross, 1 well. Toastmaster NJ, please take note. 9 so, 21 5 4 repetitive words, 2 you know, 1 long pause. Toastmaster Ryan, 3 1 so. Toastmaster Dennis, 10 3 so, 2 repetitive words. Toastmaster Edward, 4 and 6 DTM Summer, 2 and 2 repetitive words. Toastmaster Rolly, 5 That's all. Back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Rogie.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ferdinand Greco. For our time, let's have Toastmaster Marty David.
Thank you so much, DTM Rogie. For the best prepared speaker, Toastmaster Rosel, 7 minutes and 28 seconds. Toastmaster NJ, 7 minutes and 18 seconds. For the table topics, Toastmaster Rosel, 7 minutes and 1 minute and 43 seconds. Toastmaster Ferds, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Toastmaster Sean Sabico, 1 minute and 26 seconds. Toastmaster Michael Benicarlo, 1 minute and 57 seconds. Toastmaster Alfred Reyes, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Rogie, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Toastmaster Dennis Di Vicente, 1 minute and 25 seconds. For the evaluation, for the evaluator, Toastmaster Edward Verador, 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Toastmaster Summer Kamal, 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Toastmaster Lilian Bildad, 3 minutes exactly. And Toastmaster Rolando Veloria, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. That would be all. Back to our general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marty David. And let me just give you my quick evaluation of our meeting as a whole. Let me just the highlight would be the table topic session. I think our table topic master was able to invite everyone to participate by exposing the questions in our virtual room. I think the suggested or the recommended way to do it is you can actually mention or deliver the quotes you want to explain and let the audience participate. That's just our take. In the past, that's how our distinguished Toastmaster has been telling us. Whenever we want to encourage members to participate, we can read the question first. But of course, if it's contest season, we can always use the traditional method, which is as the surprise question. But nevertheless, I think we can in the future to invite more participants and have more efficiency. We can do the same thing, which is to read the question first and let the audience volunteer. Thank you so much. And then for the other parts of our meeting, I think our Exicom has done a great job of continuing with their commitment to start the meeting on time and of course end the meeting on time as well. And we have two speakers for tonight, and hopefully in the next future meetings that we will have minimum 1, 2, 3 speakers. That's more than enough, and I'm really proud because the feedback I'm getting from the other virtual meeting, it's really difficult for their members to be called because it's very convenient already that it's a virtual meeting. And congratulations to all for participating actively to our meeting. And hopefully, I myself, I have not renewed. I'll be paying my dues as well. So you can settle our dues to our club. So it will continue its legacy for the next 26 or so years. And that would be all. I will now return the control of the lectern to a very simple but affluent member of our club. He has the most number of digits in this virtual room that we have. Back to our Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster, Sean Luis Sabico.
Thank you very much, DTM Roji. For me, the highlight of the evening is if the use of crunchword is a sport, I think there are so many Olympians in the club, and I don't want it to be that way. It was the first time I heard Ferds giving a lot of Guinness Book of World shattering records in the mention of us. So I don't want that to happen again. Please, fellow PRTicians, don't do that. Other than that, it has been a pleasure to be your Toastmaster of the evening. I encourage you, we have a short term dream this time. We need to achieve herd immunity. For those of you who are still skeptic of the vaccine, you know what? The vaccine will work whether or not you believe it. So please do your part to the community that you are part with. Have your first dose as soon as you are able to. With that, it's been a pleasure to be your host for the evening. I would like to return the control of the lectern to our beloved president, Toastmaster
Thank
Alfred.
you very much, DTM Sean Luis Sabico, for that very lovely and very inspiring Toastmastering of the evening. And before we will conclude, let me have this opportunity to invite our District 79 Director who has not been properly acknowledged earlier to give us a short speech, short message. DTM Summer Kamal, are you still there?
I'm here. But I'm not the District 79 Director anymore. I'm past, immediate past District 79 Director, retired Director.
Thank you.
Thanks a
You have
lot,
the floor.
Toastmaster Alfred. Actually, PRTC, maybe most of you know that, PRTC for me is one of the special clubs. And it was one of the leaders of this club was one of the essential leaders who helped me in my Toastmaster journey. One of them is here, Toastmaster Sean, and I can mention many names like Roy, James, Jeff, Rena, those leaders actually. And I say it very frankly, very clear that they were the elite leaders in the district, not only for the club. And PRTC was, and I believe till now, it's one of the best clubs. And whenever I was going to the class, you know, those history days that we were meeting physically, and it was an elite school, I was always say that PRTC is like a university of Toastmasters. If you want to know how to run a club, go to PRTC and learn from the leaders there. So PRTC is one of the close clubs to my heart, and I always wish for you all the best and continue serving the members and making leaders, because your club is one of the best clubs in making leaders, preparing them for Toastmasters positions and also outside. So keep on going, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, DTM Summer Kamal, for that very inspiring words from you. Been said by our uh, doctor, in-house doctor, DTM Sean, to please have yourself vaccinated so that we can lessen the the COVID victims and resume our face-to-face meeting the soonest. And last Sunday we had this. I have this vaccination, and I experienced some kind of uh, untoward experience. I got chilled and my limbs are shaking. So please, when you take the vaccine, have plenty of food and be ready with the medicines when you take it. And let me take this opportunity also to invite our BPA for announcement before our uh, votation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Our team for next week, may I ask the Zoom Master to please allow me to share the file? Make me a co-host, Mr. John Ray. Thank you so much. Our team for next week is, just give me 1 minute, I'll share it to you. I will let you see it. It's the new normal of success. While it's not showing, it's a fail. Sorry for that. Our theme for next week is the new normal of success. I encourage everyone to please book your speech. But before that, let me congratulate DTM James Edward Taruk for completing the innovative planning project number 5. It's gonna be its third DTM ship, and we are now 2 points have a perfect score in our DCP points. So it's too early, although we can achieve this very soon with the help of you, of course, with the help of our fellow PRTians by delivering their speech project. That will be all. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. BPE. And let's not celebrate early, but I have to commend our immediate past president, Michael Jan Benicarlo, for having an award. I think he will be awarded during this division and speech contest. So please support our division and speech contest, which will be on Friday. And so let's support also our flag bearers, Toastmaster Lilian Beldad and our Sergeant at Arms Marty David. And Toastmaster John Ray, are you ready with your poll for segment host voting? Please don't forget to vote. And with that, if you are already finished with your tabulation, can you do the honors, Mr. Vote Counter? And may I call the AD yourself if you have an announcement?
I thank you so much. I'm eating. Thank you so much to our Toastmaster Alfred. Let's support the 3 divisions in Riyadh, A, B, and N. N will be the first one on March 12, B after that, and A, my division in other March. We are also looking some volunteers for those who would like to participate in our Division A contest. Please let me know. Kindly send me a private message, and we will be having a meeting to finalize our role players on Saturday. Thank you so much. Back to you, Your Highness, Toastmaster Alfred Reyes.
Thank you very much, District A Director.
Division A po,
Ay,
baka
Division
mademanda
A
tayo.
And let me reiterate our request to please always participate in our regular meeting by taking important roles during the meeting. And please don't forget to please always render your speeches and register in the Toastmaster International. Although we are few points to go, we encourage you, all of you, to please let's improve our educational program. And with that, may I call our vote counter to please show the result?
Thank you, Mr. President. Fellow Toastmasters, I am privileged to present to you the results. And the winners are,
Tandran.
for the best prepared speech speaker, congratulations to our health instructress, Toastmaster Narilyn Joy Diona. For our best table topics speaker, Congratulations, the newly vaccinated Toastmaster Alfred Reyes. Our best evaluator, congratulations, Toastmaster Lilian Beldan. And our best segment host, congratulations, DTM Sean Louis Sabico. And our best meeting leader, congratulations to myself. Thank you guys for voting. Back to you, Mr. President.
There you have it. Thank you very much, Mr. Vote Counter. And thank you all for attending our tonight's meeting. And hope to see you once again virtually as soon as we don't have yet this announcement to resume our face-to-face. We will continue our meeting virtually. I'd like to ask our physician, resident physician, to please report on us more about the COVID, please. How soon we can meet face-to-face, Doc?
I think we can, as long as it is less than 20. Okay, yes.
All right, so we'll think of that, BPE, and let's have the chance to meet face-to-face. Thank you very much to all for attending. That concludes our meeting, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Good night.
Picture.
Oh yeah, let's have a picture taking.
Ready? 1, 2, smile. Thank you. Shukran.
Thank you guys. A Friday.
Good luck.
See you Friday.
O yung mentoring natin, Lilian, Marty.
Ay, opo.
Thursday na lang daw po.
Dennis, puti magaling ka
Thursday na
na.
lang.
Yeah.
What time po?
Good luck, Terry.
Ako anytime, nasa bahay
Sige
lang.
Oras sa Thursday, sir.
Good night po. Congratulations
After 6,
to our
mga
vlog
7.
better. Lilian, good luck. Toastmaster.
Good night.
Marty.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to avail your free pathways, guys. Sayang po.
Yes.
Wala.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.